Thanks for coming in today, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to VATUSA's General Aviation Appreciation Day. This is an event that's a combination between the VATUSA Flying Club, TPC, which is the pilot club, and VATUSA. The hope is that we'll see a bunch of general aviation flying all over around VATUSA. There's, I think, like the 60 plus fields that are being staffed across all the ARTCCs, and all of them, you know, class Charlies, class Deltas. And the idea is we're gonna spread some love for general aviation on the VATSIM network for a day. Try and get a nice break from the commercial airline flying, hopefully. Looking around on VATSPy right now, I see a good handful of event registrations, so it's you know, it's going to be probably a little bit of a slow start. The event goes all the way from 4 Eastern until 9 Eastern, so it is a 5-hour long event. And we're expecting a lot of ATC coverage from various locations all across VATUSA. So what I plan to do for the stream today is kind of bounce around. I'm going to start with my friends at NYRTCC. Once they get all staffed up and ready to go here, I'm going to do a flight from Wilkes-Barre, Scranton to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And then after that, I'm just going to kind of play it by ear. You know, I'm going to scope around the VATSPy map, take a look and see at maybe some of the Class Delta fields that maybe don't have as much traffic as some of the others around various parts of VATUSA, and we'll try and spread the love. You know, give some traffic to maybe someone that doesn't have any at that particular time. For, you know, whatever reason in that particular area. So that's kind of the idea. This is going to be a very choppy, floaty stream. I might stay in the Sierra whole time. I might switch up at some point. I think maybe I will at least try to do at least one flight in the 152. Maybe we'll pull out some other random aircraft as well over the course of the event, but I think most of it's going to be done probably in the Sierra. Maybe to cap it off, we'll do something in the M500 as well at the very end. But I'm going to try and we'll see how long my body holds up, because I didn't sleep a ton last night. I was at a friend's house, so it was a good time. But see how long my body holds up. But the idea is that I'm going to try and go all the way to 9 o'clock Eastern with a different type of flying all across the evening. But we'll see how long I hold up. And even if I don't stream all the way till 9 o'clock, I will be flying on the network through to 9 o'clock. We'll see how long it lasts for the stream. So that's the plan. Right now we're on the ground at Wilkes-Barre, Scranton. We're just gonna wait for our NYARTC buddies to get online. Once Wilkes-Barre, Scranton starts getting staffed up here, then we'll kind of make our move. Looks like actually just might have come on right now, which is perfect. And then we'll kind of make our move here. We'll pick up flight following through to Harrisburg. Like I said, we'll do a landing there at Harrisburg. And then we'll float and we'll kind of play it by ear and just have some fun. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with me. And since like I said, since it looks like Wilkes-Barre Tower is online, I think I'm going to go ahead and start getting my airplane set up here. So we're going ahead and turn the batteries on, avionics on, mixtures, props full, beacon and nav light will turn on, let everyone know we're getting ready to start here. Should probably put fuel on board, that might help, because I don't think I have that much gas. I did have a decent amount of gas, but we'll load it up a little bit more. Let the GPS kind of boot itself up here, and then once that's going, we'll hit the starter. Probably help if I turn the fuel on, so that we can eventually get gas, and then of course I'll turn the fuel boost on to get the thing started. Might hear some people in the VATUSA Flying Club Discord talking as well. It's a couple people just joined the channel, be hanging around. Thanks for coming in today, gentlemen. Alright, let's go ahead and fire in the hole. Fuel boost on. Clear prop. Alrighty, very good, very good. GPS are still working on their integrity, that's fine. I think we're all good there. You know what, I think I saw a pitot covers, but I think it took care of that for me. Alright, so we'll get rid of the chalks. Okay, very good, very good. So I don't need that then. This looks like it's ready to go. So we're just going to go pretty much directly to Harrisburg. Nothing fancy. Like I said, I'm just going to be trying to hit as many points as possible throughout the evening. So there's not going to be a whole lot of super fancy pants flying going on. It's just going to be a lot of point to point, make my presence felt, give traffic to maybe places that don't have as much. And that's really what my goal is through the evening here for this particular event. So let's see. First leg is about 83 miles from Wilkes-Barre to Harrisburg. And I'm still waiting for some more of the NYAir TCC people to come on so I can have all of my flight following. All it looks like they're starting to come on now. So I think I'd be good to start right now. So no reason to wait around, chat. Let's go ahead and get this show on the road. I just completely lost my train of thought, chat. Give me 1 second. Brain not braining. Brain not braining, chat. Brain not braining. I need to open up taxiway diagram. That's what I wanted to do. Okay. What is the... Okay.
After seeing that coverage thing, I'm covering the worst class by myself. It's an ICT. Half those kids need me freaking.
Sorry, chat. Alright, we're engine started. Let's get this show on the road. That's what we're going to do here. I was getting the ATIS for Wilkes-Barre, ATIS, and then we're using runway 22. Alright, so we have a bit of a lengthy taxi to get over to runway 22. That's fine. Should probably get the tower frequency to go loaded up here. I facing the complete wrong way. This is very strange. Oh, I'm all the way down here. Okay, I see. That's fine. Actually, you know, right on cue chat, my body decided that I need to go to the restroom. So before we do anything, I apologize. I'll be right back. Bear with me. Stomach always does this. As soon as I get to something important.
Quiet, but I can hear you.
How about now?
That's good.
Alright, chat. Hope you guys enjoyed a little Beechcraft Sierra ASMR while my stomach decided to activate as soon as I start streaming, of course, but I'm back. And let's actually get this show on the road now. Wilkes-Barre Tower, good evening. This is Beechcraft Sierra, November 124, Mike Charlie at the GA ramp, ready to taxi. We have information Gulf, VFR departure to the southwest.
Beach 124, Mike Charlie, Wilkes-Barre Tower, good day. Advertising runway 22, but the wind is light. If you'd like a different runway, you can ask for it.
Yeah, if we could weasel our way into runway 4 here at the intersection, that would be great for 4 Mike Charlie, and we would like flight following to Harrisburg.
Okay, absolutely. Number 4 Mike Charlie, runway 4 Bravo 2, taxi via Bravo, and I'll call you back in a moment with a code.
Runway 4, taxi via Bravo, Sierra 124 Mike Charlie. Guess we can do a quick run up while we're waiting here.
4 Mike Charlie, I do have a code for you when you're ready for it.
Go ahead.
124 Mike Charlie, your departure frequency 120.95, squawk 1562.
12095 departure 1562 squawk for Sierra 124 Mike Charlie. We're going to do a quick run up. We'll give you a call in a minute.
Sierra 4 Mike Charlie, read that correct, Roger. And do you have a destination I can put in?
Yep, Harrisburg, Kilo Mike Delta Tango.
Thanks.
Alright, we're all run up and ready to go here, chat. And Beechcraft Sierra 4 Mike Charlie, ready to go.
November 4 Mike Charlie, make left downwind departure, then proceed on course. The wind... I don't have the wind turned on, stand by. Alright, the wind is 2603 knots. Beach 124 Mike Charlie, runway 2. I've done this before. Beach 124 Mike Charlie, runway 4, Bravo 2, clear for takeoff.
Runway 4, Bravo 2, clear for takeoff, left downwind departure, then on course for Sierra 4 Mike Charlie.
Thank you.
You're just getting warmed up, that's all. It's time, chat. Let's go flying. Positive rate. Gear up. VATSIM, thank you for the
Sierra
call.
4 Mike Charlie, contact departure, CMX.
Over departure, 4 Mike Charlie. Thanks for coming in today. Nice job, airplane. You definitely overcorrected on that, sir. And Wilkes-Barre departure. Good evening. Beechcraft 0124 Mike Charlie is VFR to the southwest, going to Harrisburg. Flight following, please. We're coming up to 4,500.
Number 124 Mike Charlie, Wilkes-Barre departure, radar contact.
Stop overcorrecting airplane. Not handling very well on the autopilot. Probably should have just hand flown most of that departure. Looks like the Vikings are going to win, which is good. Listen to the beautiful sounds of the Sierra chugging along. So we say goodbye to Wilkes-Barre. Yeah, we're just getting started here. First of what will probably be many legs for me this evening for the VATUSA General Aviation Appreciation Day, which is happening all across the VATUSA scope. You can see, if we look at VATSIM now, you can see a lot of the towers starting to come online for the event. New York's got Allentown, Wilkes-Barre, and Harrisburg featured. Let's see, Cleveland's going to have Pontiac, Burke Lakefront, and I believe Youngstown. You can see Louisville, Bauman, Huntington, and Rickenbacker for ZID. Atlanta looks like they got theirs up, which is Concord, Winston. Let's see, you get Olive Branch is open, and John C. Toon over here. Looks like Texas is just getting themselves warmed up. Got Columbia, Joplin, and Tulsa for KC. Minneapolis hasn't woken up yet. You do have Des Moines, Cedar Rapids. You got Cheyenne, Colorado Springs, Broomfield. Let's see, Sun Valley, Kalispell, and Missoula. Eugene, Redmond, and let's see, Santa Rosa, Napa, Van Nuys, Santa Ana, Long Beach, Arizona. I know they're featuring Mesa Falcon, Phoenix Deer Valley, and Prescott. So yeah, you can see that it's all nice and spread out all across VATUSA for this GA event that we've got going on. As we make our way to Harrisburg, like I said, first stop. And then what I plan to do, chat, is after we get to Harrisburg, I will have satisfied my commitment to my boys here in NYARTCC, and then I will move around all over VATUSA. I'll find some of the staffed fields that maybe have a little bit less traffic or no traffic at all, give them some love, whether it's a pattern or doing other, VFR cross country, something like that, just to kind of spread it around in the hopes that, we want to try and get as much GA as possible, obviously, make it so that it's worth the while for the controllers that are staffing up for this great event, and also, show the VATSIM world that it's important. General aviation is important, and it needs to grow on the network, and in order for it to grow on the network, that it needs to, it needs to be featured from time to time. And that's the big thing for this event, is to show that appreciation and also remind everyone that it is important. General aviation is an important part of the VATSIM network. It's grown exponentially over time, and it needs to continue to grow. And again, this is an event in combination with Virtuous Safe Flying Club, TPC, which is the Pilot Club, and of course VATUSA. We appreciate them putting this all together for us tonight. You can see that there is so far pretty good staffing across the board for the event. We're very thankful for all the VATUSA controllers that are helping participate with this event this evening. We're hope to see, you know, more general aviation call signs than airline call signs. It's still VATSIM. There's still, when you look at VATSPI, you're going to see still a ton of airline flights. It's just kind of how it is, because the network is still a predominantly airline network. But the hope is that we'll see a decent amount of November registrations or TPC for Pilot Club, or, you know, other GA call signs versus airline call signs all around the areas that have the staffing for the event this evening. And that's really what we're hoping for. That's really what we're looking to do, is to provide that kind of traffic. You know, give the controller a different look, give the network a different feel, something a little different today. And the weather, thankfully, for the most part, is pretty good almost everywhere. There's a few little bit of weather, it looks like in like middle of Texas, and out over by Mexico, and then of course the Pacific Northwest is the Pacific Northwest. There's not really much surprise there, but otherwise almost everywhere else is pretty nice. Maybe a little bit around Kansas City as well, but that's about it. Otherwise pretty much VFR everywhere, so solid day too. Couldn't have asked for much better in terms of weather conditions for the event. MSFS2020, thank you. Yeah, and this, like I said, it's something that, you know, the purpose of the VATUSA Flying Club is to promote general aviation on the VATSIM network. It was something that for the long time the network was lacking in, and I think we've helped to improve that greatly. And VATSIM, of course, has helped itself too with audio for VATSIM, the velocity updates that it's done over the course of the last few years to really kind of supercharge. You know, doing the real-world CTAFs has been another great feature. So it's all been a combination of these things to really help to explode general aviation on the network way more than when I started, you know, 15, 16 years ago doing VATSIM. You barely ever saw any kind of general aviation being done on the network. So a big difference between then and now. And it's important because most, if not all, of aviators, especially in the U.S., start out in general aviation. You know, I started out in general aviation before I eventually got up to being an airline pilot. It's just the way that the progression goes, at least, you know, here in the States. And so I think it's important that VATSIM has that aspect to it for any of the inspiring aviators that are on the network and want to, you know, eventually become a pilot in some form or fashion. Chavez, thanks for coming in today. Hope to see you flying around all over the place for this event this evening. I like what I'm seeing so far in terms of the staffing by the different ARTCCs for the most part. There's still here and there that are still kind of getting warmed up. The event goes from now until 9 Eastern. So I do think it's going to be kind of like, there'll be some places that have more staffing than others, and it might kind of shift. You might see more of the West Coast be lit up towards the end. The East Coast kind of stagger its way out. But we figured that a 5-hour spread would be good to kind of give everyone in all the different time zones the ability to participate in the event, whether it's on the ATC side or on the flying side for the General Aviation Appreciation Day. And this is an event that's being run by the VATUSA Flying Club along with the Pilot Club and VATUSA. I am the founder of the VATUSA Flying Club. My name is Mike. Hello. The Discord link to the VATUSA Flying Club I just brought up using the Streamlabs bot. If you are a VATSIM member and you enjoy flying general aviation, take a look at that link, and we'd love to have you join the VATUSA Flying Club. Again, you do need to be a VATSIM member to join, but we always are looking for more members to join us and help spread the love of general aviation on the network. Pontiac to Louisville, Louisville to, I know what CKB is. What is CKB? Clarksburg? Yeah, Clarksburg. I was right. Nice. Beautiful day on the east coast of the U.S. It was like 65 degrees or something earlier. A beautiful, nice day. I'm not going to have the sim in real time. I'm going to keep it daytime throughout. That's just for my personal preference. Because right now the sun would just be starting to set with, you know, Eastern Standard Time. It gets dark so early now. I hate it. But that's a conversation for another year and another time. But yeah, we're looking good staffing-wise. Almost all the fields that were going to be featured have got their staffing up. Again, a little bit more coverage on like the Eastern and Central time zone so far versus the Mountain and you know, West Coast, the Pacific time zone. I kind of expected that because it is only, you know, 1:14 in the afternoon on a Sunday. On the West Coast, so I think as the event kind of progresses closer to the later portions, you'll see more of the West Coast be lit up for this event. I think that was kind of to be expected, and I think that's also the reason why we kind of gave a wide berth, the 5-hour window for this event, is so that we could, you know, make sure that we kind of incorporate all the different time zones of the U.S., give everyone a fair shot at being able to participate in the event tonight. You know, even for those that are potentially watching football, have a chance either on the front end or the back end to get a flight in on a football Sunday. So, all things that were considered in putting the event idea together, along with Serge, who's in charge of the pilot club, worked with him, and then Kai, of course, who is currently the events coordinator for VATUSA. I think his VATUSA 5 is the official title for that. So. There's a lot of work put into it, you know, a lot of combination of minds there to kind of make it all happen. And like I said, so far I like what I'm seeing. I see the staffing. I see a lot of November call signs starting to pop up on VATSPY here and all the different locations. And hopefully that will, again, keep the general aviation continuing to grow just joined. VATSIM sounds good. Again, you do need to be a VATSIM member, so just make sure to read the welcome page, because we do need your VATSIM information in order to get you fully into the Discord. So if you could just read the welcome page, that'll tell you what you need to do, and we'll get you going to join the club. Smitty! John, it's good to see you, man. I know you've been going through some struggles, but it's good to see you in chat. I hope you're doing well. My recovery is going pretty well. For those who might be wondering about that, I actually start physical therapy tomorrow, my first session of physical therapy post-surgery, and I'm only a month and a day, you know, out from when I had the surgery. So the recovery is going well. I'm looking forward to get this physical therapy started. I got 3 weeks to a month worth of physical therapy, and then I should be back to work. And I'm very excited to get back to work, so looking forward to it. And Sarah's in the back. I can hear Sarah saying, "Thank God he's going back to work soon." So I still have a lot of at this point, it's not really like pain from the surgery anymore. A lot of it now is like stiffness, tightness, just general soreness, kind of like in the neck, traps, and shoulders. And I think a lot of that now is because I'm trying to be a little bit more active, and the physical therapy is probably going to help kind of also loosen that up as well. You know, muscles that haven't been activated in a little over a month post-surgery, things got stretched out and things like that. So that's, you know, but I've never really been in like massive amounts of pain, even like immediately post-surgery, which is good. And I'm hoping that, you know, 2-3 weeks of physical therapy and I'll be ready to just get back to work and get back to, you know, life. And, you know, hockey's going to take a little longer to get back to. I'm probably looking like February or March before I can get back to playing hockey. But the flying part is obviously more important.
Number 4, Mike Charlie, contact Harrisburg approach 124.1, that's flying.
124.1 for Mike Charlie. Thanks for coming in today. Harrisburg approach, good evening. Beechcraft 0124 Mike Charlie VFR 4500.
24 Mike Charlie, Harrisburg approach. Good afternoon, estimator 3001 kilos current.
We have ATIS Kilo at Harrisburg, 4 Mike Charlie. Using runway 31, so we could probably expect a right downwind for runway 31. Still got about 50 miles to go, so we still got a ways to go here. Still about 26 more minutes, so not even halfway yet. But it is beautiful to see all the places staffed up. Still missing Jacksonville, I don't think has. I see they've got St. Petersburg, but a couple of the others, Miami, they've got 2 of theirs up, Naples and Key West, that I haven't seen anything else. So there's still a handful that not entirely staffed, but I can see that DFW is good. Houston's starting to come up alive here a little bit. And again, it is tough, I know, for some of these ARTCCs because the timing of the event is a little weird, being from, you know, it's awkward 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern on a Sunday, but we figured that was kind of the best chance to get as many people involved as we could. And, you know, for the places that have the staffing for the general aviation, we will provide the traffic. And I think that's, you know, if you staff it, they will come is something that is definitely a thing on the network. And like I said, hopefully those places that are staffed for the event tonight will be rewarded with the general aviation traffic all throughout. Smitty, like I said, I'm just happy to see you, and hopefully everything works out, man. Let's go ahead and switch the fuel tanks here. Keep the tanks nice and even. Probably should turn on the, actually the fuel boost pump is on and has been on this whole time unnecessarily. Let me fix that. Brody T.Y. Dings, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in today. You can see some wind turbines down here, chat. Long line of wind turbines out over here. And a little bit of turbulence, you can see we just kind of got popped up a little bit. So, a little bumpy. A little bumpy. Nothing that's going to scare me out of my seat just yet. Even Honolulu has their 3 towers that they got featured up, so that's good. So yeah, that's great. Nice when the entirety of VATUSA can come together for an event like this. Obviously, there's the Light Up America, which they do maybe a couple times a year. They do that, where you get all the centers on and all the air traffic controllers going. It's nice that we're able to kind of come together for an event like this, where it's all VFR, or general aviation, not necessarily VFR, but general aviation traffic to kind of come together like this. I think it's, again, something unique. Hasn't really ever been done on the network before, and I think, you know, hopefully we can, at the end of the day, call this a big success and be able to do this, you know, again in the future. Really kind of help promote general aviation over the VATSIM network. But go ahead, Lee. We got ourselves a new member. So, MedFSim, I just got you cleared in. Welcome to the flying club, my friend. And there's plenty of time for you to get involved with the event tonight if you want. I am doing a $25 gift card giveaway. You have to fly in the event as a VATUSA Flying Club member to be eligible for that giveaway. But that is definitely something that you can even participate in even if you just joined for the event now. It goes until 9 o'clock Eastern, so you do have plenty of time to get involved. Do a flight and get yourself entered into the drawing.
Harrisburg departure, Platform 51 with you, 2100 for 2500.
Park Left 51, Harrisburg departure. Radar contact, altimeter 3001. Proceed on course, altitude, your discretion.
Proceed on course, altitude, my discretion, Platform 51.
You can hear one of the Pilot Club members. Again, this is a combination event between with us, VATUSA, and the Pilot Club, which is TPC. I'm going to go ahead and get the link to their website. I'll put that in the chat. It seems only fair and reasonable to do that as well. Thepilotclub.org. Again, we're combined with them and VATUSA doing the event tonight. And while the VATUSA Flying Club is general aviation specific, the Pilot Club kind of covers everything. They do all sorts of flying, you know, not just general aviation. They're more of like just an all-encompassing pilot club versus just general aviation specific. I guess that's the best way that I can describe it. But they've always been friendly to general aviation. They've always been friendly to us, and we're going to obviously always be friendly to them and work in partnership with them to do events just like this. Kujak, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in today. And let's listen to some Beechcraft Sierra ASMR for a little bit here. They did a really good job with the sounds on this sim. Covering OGG Tower, that's out in Hawaii. Thank you for staffing up. Really appreciate you guys staffing up out in Hawaii for us for the event. And we appreciate all of the ATC that's being provided for us tonight for this special event. This is a unique event. It's something that really has not been done before. At least not to this level on the VATSIM network, and I think it's important. I think the VATSIM has evolved where, you know, at the beginning of VATSIM it really was not general aviation friendly, and now it is, and it's important that we continue to grow the amount of general aviation that's done, flying that's done, excuse me, on the VATSIM network. Good fixins, thanks for coming in today. Good to see you, Brett. Hopefully you're going to be able to get some legs in. Can't remember who said they can or can't fly tonight, but hopefully you are able to get a leg or two in if you're not busy this evening. Still got about 18 minutes to go, 37 miles. Still only doing a $124 ground speed, so I think that means the wind is either a little bit of a headwind or pretty much neutral. Let's see. Yeah, about an 8 knot headwind, so not that crazy, but I'm not getting any extra push. Whatever we're showing as our true airspeed is essentially our ground speed right now. Been fighting off a cold or something all week. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope you're feeling at least better. If you're doing stuff around the house, I guess you must be feeling a little bit better, I would hope. I mean, even if you could sneak just a quick flight in from, like, Allentown to Wilkes-Barre, take you about 15 minutes, that would count. But obviously don't push it if you're not feeling good. I'm not trying to... Just like I wouldn't want someone to go to work sick, I don't want you to go flying sick either. But hopefully you're feeling at least a little better. I actually had some pretty brutal sinus congestion going on this morning, but thankfully a couple Sudafed knocked that out quick. It's just that time of year for me. Hot and cold changes mess me up. I really should start taking my nose spray daily now. I think it's probably going to be a good idea instead of just doing it once in a while.
Park Left 51, contact Reading approach 125.15.
12515, thank you for the ATC for this event.
So yeah, we're definitely starting to see, when I scour VATS by, you're definitely starting to see a lot more of the November call signs starting to take into, it's starting to come into action here, which is exactly what we wanted. Again, the timing of this event's weird. I think as it gets a little bit deeper into the evening, maybe closer to like 6, 7 o'clock Eastern, you really start to see a pickup, and you might also start to see a little bit more of ATC going on as well down the road. Not a whole lot of traffic in certain spots, and again, once we're done with this flight going into Harrisburg, I will have kind of satisfied my bias to NYA or TCC tonight, and then I'll start to look around and find some of the places that maybe don't have as much traffic. Like right now I'm looking, I see you got Duluth staff, but they don't really have any traffic yet, so it might be worth, you know, maybe even worth doing like a... Well, that might be a little bit of a long of a distance for the M500. I don't want to take too much time, but it might be worth, you know, stopping by like Des Moines and Duluth, giving them a little bit of ATC love. Could even always whip out the Honda Jet, as much as I would rather stay, you know, kind of VFR. Maybe like Cedar Rapids to Des Moines might be an option. We could always go do a couple of touch and goes at Duluth. Sun Valley, they got a little bit of traffic. Missoula, not as much. The Virtue Safe Flying Club is going to be doing an event into Missoula on December 1st. That's going to be a Sunday morning event. We can talk about that real quick. Oh, I don't have that one posted yet. Never mind. That is upcoming. There will be an event going into Missoula for the Flying Club on the morning of Sunday, December 1st. So we'll talk about that one, I guess, when it gets closer. But there, you know, a handful of places here and there where I see kind of need a little bit of love in terms of traffic. We'll go and spread the love as much as we can for the next, you know, still 4.5 hours of event time, going all the way till 9 o'clock Eastern. And that was always the plan for me. It was get a flight done in anywhere TCC, get that bias out of the way, and then we'll go up and find the places that are maybe a little bit less populated with traffic, and we'll show them some love and support. But again, I am seeing a good spattering of general aviation registrations across the board now. Like there's a good amount of activity, looks like, down in Phoenix. Always, of course, in LA there's a bunch of activity. I see a nice spattering over there. New York, Boston, pretty popular. Northeast. I do think there's going to be some East Coast bias to start the event. Going to be using the TBM, nice. Smitty's doing Duluth to Green Bay, excellent. Okay, so that'll give Duluth some traffic. That kind of helps me with my potentially doing Cedar Rapids to Des Moines next. That kind of helps with that thought. So I'm actually going to take a look at that now. If I go from Cedar Rapids to Des Moines, about 90. Okay, yeah, so a little bit of weather around Cedar Rapids, nothing crazy, just some light showers. Maybe we'll might be a little bit lengthy for the Sierra, but maybe we'll whip out something like the M500 maybe for that one. Get a little bit more pep in our step with that. Why are we going slow all of a sudden, computer? This isn't what I asked for. I'm looking at stuff on the other monitor, by the way, chat. Don't mind me. Here, you have some more ASMR. Okay, yeah, kind of play it by ear. You know, by the time I land in Harrisburg, maybe a bunch of people showed up at Des Moines, and we'll go and look somewhere else that maybe has a little bit less traffic. And that's just the way I'm going to play it for most of the evening. Now, I might not stream all the way until 9 o'clock Eastern. We'll see how much energy I have in me in terms of being able to not only fly but broadcast. But of course there's plenty of other people that are streaming as well for the event this evening. I'm gonna go ahead and start listing off some of their so we're gonna shout out Boozy Sheep. He is currently streaming. VATUSA Flying Club member. We've got Melvin Leroy. Another VATUSA Flying Club member. He is currently streaming. You have our good buddy Stu, STW222. I believe he's doing some ATC at Louisville. Bowman. Shout out him. I know he's streaming as well. And I think that's all actually for now. In terms of VATUSA Flying Club streamers. Probably have a few more come up later on down the road. Yeah. Good stuff, good stuff.
Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Homie B Fries, thank you for the...
Yes, just subscribe.
This one for the Cinnabons. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate you using your Twitch Prime sub on me, Homie B Fries. Thank you so much for that. How am I? We got 20-ish miles, but still 10 minutes. We're really not moving at a fast clip here. Definitely going against the wind a little bit. So we are not going to start our VFR descent yet, but we're going to do it soon. You can start to see the river kind of coming up in the view there, and that's going to be the key, because Harrisburg is just in front of the river is where we're going to run into Harrisburg. So that's it's a good cue as to how close we're getting to the field. It's going to be right along the river here, just in front of us. So we're getting warmer.
4 Mike Charlie, enter a midfield right downwind runway 31.
Alright, one our midfield right downwind for runway 31 for Beach 4 Mike Charlie.
Number 4 Mike Charlie, contact Harrisburg Tower 124.8.
124.8 for Beechcraft 4 Mike Charlie. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you.
1300 is the traffic pattern altitude. Let's start a VFR descent here momentarily. Let's go ahead and tune the tower. 124.8. Doing it off screen. Sorry. Not sorry. Start a nice slow VFR descent here. 500 feet a minute. Harrisburg Tower, good evening. Beechcraft Sierra, November 124 Mike Charlie is about 17 miles to your northeast, inbound for a full stop.
November 124 Mike Charlie, Harrisburg Tower, hello, enter a midfield right downwind runway 31.
Right downwind runway 31 for Beechcraft Sierra 124 Mike Charlie. Brody, yep, I know you are the tower. Thank you for providing the ATC services for us this evening. Along with everyone else at MYRTCC and all the controllers on VATUSA that are providing the air traffic control services for the event this evening. We very much appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and adjust my heading a little bit to the right because we want to go midfield and we're going to be kind of coming in at an awkward angle from where we're at. So I'm going to come a little bit this way out to the right. That way we can enter a more proper 45 degree for the right downwind for runway 31. Just a little adjustment on the heading. Nothing crazy. Just 5-10 degrees, and that'll kind of get more of a proper setup for this right downwind as we get closer. Make me go around. So I got a lot of other places I gotta hit up. Let's not make me go around. I already kind of have an idea of what I want to do next. Which originally I was thinking Des Moines to Cedar Rapids, but actually there's a Napa County's got a tower online. He looks like he could use a little traffic pattern love that I'm gonna go ahead and give to first, or even maybe Redmond. So there's still a handful of places that I'm going to kind of go and pick at here and there that have a little bit less traffic, kind of make it worth their while to be signed on for us. Just barely starting to make out the field over here. Sometimes in this sim it's tough for the sceneries and all that to load, but we're just starting to come into kind of range of where we'll be able to see the airport out over yonder. And I'll use my GPS and all those things to kind of help me out, make sure I don't accidentally miss it somehow. I think we did pretty good on the timing for our descent, though, to get down to the traffic pattern altitude, which is 1,300. I do have Volanta running, so if you guys want to put landing rate guesses in the chat, now would probably be a good time. Positive or negative number, does not matter. Don't need the exclamation point predict like you do in some other channels, because I don't have that technology installed. If you want to take a guess, plenty of landings to guess at this evening. I don't have as clear a view of the field as I thought I was going to have, which is bothering me a little bit. But I think it's out here. Right up along the river there. I've actually been here in real life a handful of times, so I have a general idea of where it is. So I know I'm not lost, but I know that I should probably at least start turning a little bit more directly to the field. But I'm not seeing it clearly for some reason, which is crazy because I'm pretty close. About 4 miles. Okay, I do see it now. A little bit clearer. So what we're going to do then is take the autopilot off. Start slowing down. Gonna hear the gear horn as I slowly get this thing ready to get configured for a landing. Get the first notch of flaps, put the gear down, get rid of the horn. Get all our lights on so we're seen. Start entering our downwind. Yeah, see, now we got a nice appropriate, you know, more of a correct 45-degree entry for the downwind. You need a little bit up trim here. This airplane definitely doesn't have the most zip. She's a little on the slow side, but she gets the job done. So this is more or less 45-degree entry, so we're kind of right where we want to be here. Right at their traffic pattern altitude. I think we got it trimmed out pretty well. Beechcraft 4 Mike Charlie, right downwind, runway 31.
Beechcraft 4 Mike Charlie, roger. Wind 310 at 3, runway 31, clear to land.
31, clear to land. Beechcraft 4 Mike Charlie. Looking good in the downwind. Check on our altitude, keep an eye on our runway here. We can definitely start pulling the power a little bit here. Slowing our aircraft up, starting a little bit of a descent. We want to avoid the nuclear power plant out there. Yeah, it's 3 Mile Island, I believe. Start our base turn. Go ahead and get our second notch flaps in, or I should say 20 degrees of flaps in. Let's get it nice and squared off here on the base. See if we can put down a nice landing. Turn our final, get the final notch flaps in, 30 degrees. Dogged it a little bit, but nothing crazy. Keep it nice and tight. Not bad at all. Nice, right on the glide. Got another aircraft taxiing down, it looks like, which is good. Let's see if we can start the stream with a nice landing.
F124 Mike Charlie, welcome to Harrisburg. Vacate right when able.
Alright, well, exit right when able for Mike Charlie. Haven't even touched down yet, Brody. Damn. I think that was a pretty solid landing. That guy is clear, so we'll be able to exit to the right here without any issue. Should be taxiway echo. For Mike Charlie's clear and echo going to the FBO.
November 124 Mike Charlie, roger. Contact ground 121.7 today.
21.7, thanks for coming in today. Harrisburg ground, this is Beechcraft Sierra 124 Mike Charlie. Is clear on taxiway echo, taxi to the FBO.
And Beechcraft 124 Mike Charlie, Harrisburg ground, good evening. Taxi to at flight via Alpha Delta Golf. You have a good night, sir.
Alpha Delta Golf going to the FBO for Mike Charlie. Thanks for coming in today.
And Piedmont 5905, you can contact Harrisburg Tower 124.8. Have a great flight over to Philly. See you next time.
1248. Thanks so much for your help today. Piedmont 5905.
By the way, chat, landing rate was minus 81 feet per minute, according to Volanta. That's a good start to the evening, flying the Sierra. We'll get parked up here, and And oh, I got a phone call I need to listen to. Stand by, one chat. And as expected, it was just an automated message confirming that I have my physical therapy tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I'm not really surprised by that, chat. So, all is well. All right. Park and brake set. That's one flight in the books. We had a landing rate of minus 81 feet. It's a very nice start. You can see right here. Boom. That's the kind of start we want to have for the event tonight. All right, this is what we're going to do next. We're going to look around, and I'm going to go ahead. You're going to hear Microsoft Flight Sim doing Microsoft Flight Sim things. We'll keep it on this screen for now. Actually, this screen. Let's go take a look, see what we got, get a lay of the land here. We got some traffic. We got our buddy John is over at Minnesota Duluth, so that's good. Looks like Des Moines got some traffic now. Cedar's got some traffic, so that's all good. All these guys look like they have a little bit of traffic. Let's come out here. There is an arrival still in Napa. We'll take a look at that in a second. Redmond looks a little lacking. So we're going to go to Roberts Field, RDM, and we're going to go ahead and just do a little traffic pattern over at Redmond. We'll do a couple of slam and goes over at Roberts Field there. Give him a little bit of love, and then we'll, again, come back and look around for some more things to do all across the VATUSA realm this evening. Now let me take a look at the weather real quick at Redmond. It is 3 miles and a little bit rough weather actually, but 3 miles is still VFR, chat, and the ceiling is few clouds of 1,500, overcast 3,300, so we could probably get away with that in terms of doing a little bit of a little touch and go action there, even with the live weather. I think we'll be able to get away with that. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. Never know. Never know. Looks like it's going to be a little wet and rainy, but that never scared nobody, right? Like I said, a little bit of weather, nothing that's gonna really drive us crazy. Should be able to get a couple of touch and goes in, even with the we'll take a look though once we load up and see. Let's see. You know what, it'll be interesting, but I definitely think we can make this work. So let's go ahead and connect. Or refile a VFR flight plan. It's the traffic pattern altitude at this field, RDM. Roberts Field, I knew it was going to be a little bit elevated. It's 3,082. That's going to make the traffic pattern altitude. It's not listed anywhere here, so I'm just going to assume 1,000 feet, so 4,100 feet. 4,100 feet. Pattern. Should hopefully still be your copy. Nope, it is not. Okay, let's do this and this and this and this. Whoops. Alright, so we'll do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and it's not exactly the most ideal weather to do a traffic pattern in, but we can make it work. Give him a little bit of love for staffing up this event, even with some not so friendly weather. We can definitely make that work. Atis Bravo, they're using runway 23. Let's go ahead and fire this baby back up. We'll give them a little bit of traffic. Actually, I do think this air traffic controller is a flying club member. The name looks familiar. Let me take a look. Oh, maybe not. There's always the chance to convert him into one, though, right, chat? Like I said, nothing real fancy here. We're just going to go and do a couple of laps in the pattern, even with the weather kind of a little mad, but we can do the traffic pattern. The visibility's still VFR, the ceiling's still VFR. Works for me. We're not going to be going outside of a couple miles from the field anyway, so we shouldn't have any issue keeping within the 3 miles that the visibility is dictating we have. I don't know if MSFS is going to, depict that correctly, but we'll go ahead and find out. There is only one way to find out, right? And that is to just get in there and get it done. So let me go ahead and talk to this gentleman. Let me figure out where the hell I am on the field actually first. I'm going to open up my VFR map. This is going to help me out a little bit. He's using runway 24. Is that going to be a bit of a taxi? It might be. Let's see. Yeah, it's probably going to be a little bit of a taxi. Nothing crazy though. Actually, runway 23. Interesting. Alright, I don't want to work. I just want to lay. Oh, runway 23. I kept saying 24. It's runway 23. Not going to be that long of a taxi. Redmond Tower, good afternoon. This is Beechcraft Sierra, November 124 Mike Charlie. We're at the GA North ramp. We'd like taxi, VFR remain in the pattern.
Number 124 Mike Charlie, Redmond Tower, good afternoon, standby. Number 124 Mike Charlie, squawk 1562, advise ready for taxi.
1562, we're ready to taxi.
And number 124 Mike Charlie, runway 23, taxi via Charlie Alpha.
23 via Charlie Alpha, Beechcraft 4 Mike Charlie. Like I said, we'll do a couple of slam and goes here, even through the rain. The visibility still looks like it's all right, and then we'll find somewhere else to provide with a little bit of air traffic for the event. And again, doing my best to kind of spread the wealth as much as I can, find some of the fields that maybe don't have as much traffic, so that we can show them that we appreciate them staffing these Class Charlie and Class Delta fields for General Aviation Appreciation Day. So there's a lot of appreciation going on around today, which is a good thing.
Runway 24 Mike Charlie, if it works for you, I can give you Alpha 2 for runway 23 if you'd like.
Yeah, that'll work for 4 Mike Charlie.
Alright, number 124 Mike Charlie, runway 23, taxi Alpha 2.
Alpha 2, runway 23, 4 Mike Charlie, thank you.
You ready to go?
We are indeed.
Number 124 Mike Charlie, runway 2, tree at Alpha 2, clear for takeoff. Make left close traffic. Call in the midfield downwind each pass.
Alright, left close traffic, call the midfield each time. Runway 23 at Alpha 2, clear for takeoff. Sierra 124 Mike Charlie. You heard the man, chat. Let's do it. Oh. Caught a little bit of a gust right as soon as we took off there, chat. That was interesting. Woo. That was intense for a moment there. Kenny Monster, thanks for coming in today. Listen, this event goes all the way until 9 o'clock Eastern Time, Kenny Monster. If you have any stamina left in you after doing the yard work, you might have some time to, you know, bop around a little bit. Join the fun. Yes, I just said bop around, chat. Don't judge me. It'd be help if you climb airplane. That would certainly help. Not the greatest visibility for a traffic pattern, but we're not going to stray too far, so we should still be able to keep the runway in sight at all times here, even in this, you know, keep it nice and tight so that we don't have, don't lose the airport. Just barely make it out through the clouding there, but yeah, I still got it in sight, so we're still good. We're still good, as it would say on the Boozy Sheep stream. Just barely. Four Mike Charlie is midfield left down.
4124 Mike Charlie, only 2 tree, clear for the option.
2-3 clear for the option. 4 Mike Charlie. Just barely able to make out the runway here, the pattern through the rain, but we're giving him a little bit of love. So that was the whole point. Do a couple of touch and goes, and then we'll find somewhere else to provide some traffic to. A little help from the lead-in lights. Again, it's 3 miles, so we're still VFR. Nothing illegal happening. Doesn't really look like 3 miles in the sim, but you know, that's MSFS kind of is that way. Definitely a little crosswind from the right. Crabbing it pretty good. Let's get that wing down. Get the rudder in. Turn the pitot heat on just in
like
case.
it's a frequency information. Charlie, not current at Redmond. The winds are 3206, altimeter 2906 Street.
Definitely not the best weather in the world for a traffic pattern, but we're doing it. For Mike Charlie, left down.
Number 4 Mike Charlie, runway 23, clear for the option.
2-3, clear for the option. For Mike Charlie. So we'll do this another touch and go chat, and then we'll do the third time will be the full stop. Let's get our 3 takeoffs and landings here. And we'll decide where we want to go next. Go show some love to maybe another field that's a little less trafficked. Oh, I'm probably overspeeding the flaps. Whoops, didn't even realize that. Let's go ahead and rectify that problem. Get the gear down, get rid of the horn. Sorry, airplane, didn't mean to break you, sort of. Please don't die on me. AvGeek Alexander, thanks for coming in today. Appreciate the air traffic control this evening. Not exactly the most VFR day, but it is still, at least last check, was technically VFR. Just enough visibility to stay in the pattern. A little squirrely there, but we got it recovered. Snowskier, thanks for coming in today. The Comanche is definitely still in play tonight, potentially down the road. Not going to rule it out because we got still plenty of other flights that we're going to do, plenty of different places to hit up during this General Aviation Appreciation Day event. So it is quite possible that the Comanche will come out to play at some point. But right now we're in Sierra mode, and we are going to do our third and final landing here at Redmond before finding out where our next victim is going to be. I guess it would help if I put the gear up to help with our airspeed here. You would enjoy the Comanche. All right, I'll tell you what then. We'll do this full stop at Redmond. We'll switch into the Comanche, and then we will look, like I said, for our next target. Yes, Oregon indeed. Trying to spread out to some of maybe the less trafficked fields that are currently staffed up for this General Aviation Appreciation Day event. There are definitely some that are getting more love than others. I'm trying to find the ones that don't have any traffic or very little traffic. Make sure that all the air traffic controllers know that they are appreciated for staffing up during this event this evening. And 4 Mike Charlie is left downwind, full stop.
Number 4 Mike Charlie, runway 23, clear land.
Runway 23, clear to land, November 12, 4 Mike Charlie. Well, the visibility improved over the last few minutes here as we were in the pattern. Like I said, we'll find our next air traffic control victim here and switch up into the Comanche. Why not? Although the Comanche makes my stream lag, but it's whatever. Deal with it. Take it like a man, as they say. I don't know who they is, but I'm gonna also take a look at the 3 landing rates I had here in the traffic pattern. I would imagine they're all pretty good so far. Let's see if I'm gonna blow it now that I said something on this one. To be honest, I haven't checked for updates in a while, so there could potentially be updates, but I didn't check, and I'm not going to install updates right now because I'd have to go outside of the sim to install the updates for that airplane. That was I knew I was going to botch that landing after I said so much.
Number 4 Mike Charlie,
nice
welcome back to Redmond. Make right when able, and I'm going to assume you're back to the GA ramp.
That's correct for 4 Mike Charlie. It does not automatic update.
Number 4 Mike Charlie, taxi back to the GA ramp via Alpha 2 Alpha. Thanks for stopping by.
Alpha 2 Alpha, 4 Mike Charlie. Thanks for coming in today. Appreciate you staffing up.
Appreciate you coming. That's right, correction. Alpha 2 Alpha Charlie, back to the ramp.
Alpha Charlie, you got it. Thank you. I mean, act like I know how to taxi this airplane. Alright, yeah, we can switch to the Comanche. And we'll take a look and see where we want to go next. Still another 3 hours and 45 minutes left on this event. It goes all the way till 9 Eastern. It is only 5:12 on the East Coast. And we are definitely feeling the general aviation love around the VATUSA right now. Just looking at VATSPY out of the corner of my eye here, I can definitely see a lot more N registrations than you might normally see, which is good. I know there's a handful of Virtually Flying clubs flying around. So yeah, all is good on that end. This is a scenery for Redmond that I don't know if I installed or if they just happen to have like one of the custom sceneries. But I realize this now that this is definitely not a basic Microsoft Flight Sim scenery, but actually something kind of nice. This will be good enough parking spot right here. Park and brake. Goodbye. Alright, let's take a look real quick at Volanta, see what my landings were. Should have marked 3 landings, all about in the same spot, so damn it, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Nice little consistency in terms of where I landed. 140, 135, and 95. I'm going to bet that this was the last landing because that one wasn't very good. But otherwise, all pretty consistent. Let's go and look who's going to be our next victim here. So you've got some traffic. I just gave you some traffic. Let's see. Napa. We can probably go to Napa County and fly over to Santa Rosa. So what is it? APC to STS. And again, a little bit of, well, we can scud run it. Not the greatest weather, but we can definitely scud that. Yeah, and that nice quick 31 miles. Doesn't even count as cross country, but that'll do. So let's go ahead and let me get this airplane off screen. Doing some things off screen here, chat. Bear with me. So we'll do that next. We'll do Napa to Santa Rosa. Give them a little love. We'll do it in the Comanche now. Give me 1 second, chat. I need to do something real quick. Go from the BE-24 to the PA-24. Let's see. Comanche. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Aircraft selections. This is what I want to do. Comanche. Of course, we're going to use the VATUSA Flying Club livery because there is no other choice. And we said we're going to go from... that's not the right Napa. We want APC. And we want to load up probably like right over here. Go live weather and time since it's the West Coast. Fly it up. Oh, look at this taxiway chart for this airport. This is wild. You got like little starring off, small runway, big runway. It's a bit of a cluster. Like shoots off in all different directions here. Interestingly built little GA. Looks like we're going to be in the South FBO parking. Let me go ahead and get Volanta squared away here. Do I have a Comanche saved with maybe I don't. I don't think it matters. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, there we go. Taking forever to load here. We said we're gonna go to STS, which is Santa Rosa. No flight plan. We're gonna go VFR. Quick hit. A little bit of weather to work around, but that should be fine. Just make sure that they are on the list. Yes, they are both on the list. Okay. CCR was supposed to be the other one, but I don't see them staffing that, but that's fine. We'll do this. Give them some love, and then we'll continue to search around for more. Wow, the Comanche's taking forever to load. Continue to search around for more places to hit up and get some traffic. Yep, see, there is an update that I don't have, but I don't want to go ahead and restart the sim just for that. So we'll just kind of deal with the version that we got and hope that it works. Shouldn't need any maintenance. I'm not really gonna do a walk around. We're just gonna kind of wing it. That's what she said. Everything should be fine since the last time I flew this thing, so we're gonna just kind of go fast with it. I do need to reconnect to the VATSIM network. I need to go from a BE24 to a PA24. And I'll tell you what, I gotta do a flight plan. VFR flight plan. Give me 1 second, chat. Let you guys look at the this beautiful livery while I get this thing set up. Oh, looks like there's somebody on the ground here now too. Okay, APC going to KSTS. Off block, we'll call it 5 is 22. We'll call it 2230. Altitude going west even. We'll call it call it 45 hundo because there is some terrain that we need to avoid, so we'll call it 45 hundo feet. Alright, we'll do speed.
24 Mike Charlie, you on the channel?
Yeah, what's up?
Just wondering, are there gonna be like more people joining later on?
I mean, it's gonna be, I imagine, spread out, like for club members. I don't know if there's gonna be more people necessarily in this channel since it's more of kind of a go at your own thing. But this event goes on until 9 Eastern, and there's probably gonna be plenty of staffing available for you to do flights until then. So.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
No problem. I lost my train of thought because of that conversation, but that's okay. Let me finish what I was doing here, chat. Please, there we go. All right. We'll go ahead and battery, avionics, speaking, nav, lights are already on. I'm an idiot. Let me fucking rectify that. What are you doing? What are we doing? The nav lights, it's kind of glitched, so I gotta do it this way. There we go. We need to open these guys up. We're gonna need to get these guys in. We're gonna go ahead and prime it up. Give it 2 shots of the good stuff. Get the fuel pump on. And we'll go ahead and fire in the hole. Took her a couple tries, but she got there. Let her warm up a little bit here. She's looking pretty in her Virtue Safe Flying Club paint job. Wait for this to get its integrity, and then we'll just go and do a quick flight over to Santa Rosa, Sonoma County. Actually, we're not even going to be able to go that high in altitude, I don't think, because we're going to be scudding it out, but we'll just have to VFR it all the way and see what happens. Okay, STS. Not a very long flight, so I don't think ATC is going to mind too much if we just do a scud run. Got a whopping 30 miles. All right. Let's do a run up real quick. back.
Tower, November 454 Romeo at
Back.
General Aviation Parking, VFR to Yolo County, request taxi to runway with Delta.
Looking good.
Aircraft last calling. You're coming in a bit garbled. Can you say again a little bit slower, please?
Let's get the compass aligned.
Tower, November 454 Romeo at General Aviation Parking, VFR to Yolo County, request taxi to runway with Delta.
November 454 Romeo Napa Tower. Hello. Would you like flight following to Yolo County?
November 454 Romeo, we will not be using flight following.
November 454 Romeo, Roger. Runway 19 left, taxi via Alpha Foxtrot.
So it will be the smaller runway he's using for
Taxi
us.
via Alpha Foxtrot 19 left, November 454 Romeo, Napa Tower.
And Napa Tower, good afternoon. This is Comanche 124 Mike Charlie. We're also at the South FBO parking. Request taxi. VFR flight following to Santa Rosa.
Comanche 124 November Charlie Napa Tower. Hello. Standby.
To this beautiful area with the mountains and everything around here. Wine country. Wine country, chat.
Comanche 124 Mike Charlie Squawk 1562 and Oakland Center will be on 132.20.
Alright, 1562 Squawk and Oakland Center on 132.2 for 4 Mike Charlie. We are ready to taxi.
Comanche 4 Mike Charlie Roger, runway 19 left, taxi via Alpha Foxtrot.
19 left, Alpha Foxtrot, November 124 Mike Charlie. Go up behind this cub here.
Napa Tower, November 454 Romeo, holding short, runway 19 left.
November 454 Romeo, make left downwind departure, runway 19 left, clear for
They
takeoff.
got a whole run-up pad here and everything. This is probably a pretty
Make
big
left
training
downwind
airport, I
departure,
bet.
November 454 Romeo, cleared for takeoff, 19 left.
I bet this is a big training airport in this area.
Comanche 4 Mike Charlie, upwind departure will be doing a right downwind departure, make a left downwind departure, runway 19 left, clear for takeoff.
Alright, left downwind departure, 19 left, clear for takeoff. Comanche 124 Mike Charlie. Left downwind departure. Ask and you shall receive. Alright, Snowski, this is for you.
November 454 Romeo, looks like you made a left downwind departure, but that's okay. Continue. Actually, sorry, I did mix that up.
Did 25 squared in the climb. He wants a left downwind, so we'll start a left turn. See the mountains already out there that we're going to have to be careful with as we're doing this a little bit of a scud run out to Santa Rosa.
November 454 Romeo, change to advisories is approved, enjoy your flight.
Frequency change approved, November 454 Romeo.
We'll actually just, well, we'll see where the clouds are going to be at. We might have to just kind of lay low here for a minute. 2,500 feet might have to be the marker.
Comanche 4 Mike Charlie, you can fly on course.
Proceed on course, 4 Mike Charlie, thank you.
Comanche 4 Mike Charlie, contact Oakland Center 132.20, enjoy your flight.
13220, 4 Mike Charlie, thanks for coming in today. Looks like we need to go a little bit higher here. Oakland Center, good afternoon. This is Comanche 124 Mike Charlie, VFR to Santa Rosa.
Number 124 Mike Charlie, Oakland Center, good afternoon. Santa Rosa altimeter 3002.
02, thank you. Get a little bit higher for these mountains that we have up ahead of us here, so we'll probably have to hang out at about, as much as I want to stay at an appropriate VFR altitude, because of the cloud cover, we're going to have to kind of just buzz around at different little altitudes here and, you know, remain VFR. No other way to describe it. Yeah, we were almost hitting that yellow. We were. It's only going to take us about 12 minutes to get
And November 124 Mike Charlie, when you're ready, you can enter into a left downwind for runway 14. Let me know when you're established.
All right, it'll be a left downwind for runway 14 at Santa Rosa. We'll let you know. 4 Mike Charlie. Alright, so if we're looking here, we're gonna come on the east side of the field and our left downwind for runway 14. Easy enough. So the center is gonna be controlling the tower. There is a ground online that we'll speak to after we land and taxi in. And then we'll, again, looks like the Comanche's working pretty well though. So we'll stick with it. We'll do the Comanche for the next leg as well. I think we'll have to take a look and see what looks like it could use a little bit of traffic after we land. See what's maybe looking a little undervalued at the moment. Looks like New York is plenty busy, so I'm glad my boys are doing good up there. Boston looks like they're doing pretty good. Cleveland looks like they're doing alright. Could use a little love in KC, it looks like. Houston and Dallas are doing fine. It's like Albuquerque with all the stuff around Arizona is doing fine. Salt Lake's doing fine. Minneapolis has some traffic. Des Moines and Cedar Rapids. We might revisit that Des Moines and Cedar Rapids pairing at some point. But it does look like we could use a little bit of love at Joplin, Missouri, and Springfield. Look like they could use a little bit of love potentially. So we definitely have some options. So we're going to keep hitting up the less busy fields as we go along here.
Oakland Center, United 1871 with you at 10,000.
United 1871, Oakland Center, climb maintain flight level 330.
Climb maintain 330 for United 1871.
Nice little valley that we can shoot through here. We're able to go back down to the 2,500 feet, so I'm going to go ahead and engage the altitude real quick. Pop the nose down just a little bit. This is, I believe, our highest obstacles are right here, which we're going to split. I'll get to more of a more appropriate VFR altitude. Landings have been pretty good so far. We just switched to the Comanche here, so my landings in the Sierra were good. We'll see how now the landings are going to be in the Comanche. I have not flown the Comanche in a while, so we'll see how the landings are in this one. So far, though, pretty good. Getting back down our altitude to a more appropriate VFR altitude here. Let's get enough. Airplane didn't like that. Am I leaned out? I'm pretty leaned out. not exactly very high, so don't need much lean. I mean, there you go. Is that lean enough for you? That's probably more better. We're not paying for gas though, we can run her a little rich. It's all going on the Flying Club tab after all. I know it is.
Fellow 812, you're leaving my airspace. Heli's offline. Radar service is terminated. Frequency change approved. Bye-bye.
Board advisory, have a good one for Velo 812.
Yep.
We got it down to 12. Hopefully that's more to your liking.
Oakland Center, mic check.
5-5.
I think the sounds are better on the outside on the Sierra, but the sounds are a little more realistic on the inside of the Comanche. Oh, runway in sight. Let's see, what is the traffic pattern altitude at Santa Rosa? Field elevation 129. See remarks for the traffic pattern altitude. Small aircraft is 1,129. 1,129. So let's go ahead and start configuring for that. Autopilot, disconnect. Don't need it no more. Get down to that traffic pattern altitude and we will get ourselves all nice and configured. So many airports, it's be hard to plan ahead where to fly. That's where you kind of just have to pick and choose. You either choose ones that you think could be more enjoyable, or if you find ones that maybe have a little bit less traffic, which is kind of what I'm doing. I'm kind of just hopping around to some of the places that maybe don't have as much traffic, just so we can support the ATC that's being provided for the event and give make sure everyone gets a little bit of action for the event tonight.
Hey guys, can I get a Discord radio check?
Loud and clear.
Thank you, sir. Hey, Mike.
How's it going, Mike?
Going well, thank you.
Alright, we're gonna get the gear horn now. Yeah, Smitty said he was doing something out of Duluth. Yeah, this view is pretty nice. A nice left downwind here for runway 14. We're gonna go ahead and put the gear down so I don't have to keep hearing the horn. Help get a little drag in pretty much right here for the traffic pattern altitude. First notch flaps. And center. Comanche 4 Mike Charlie, left downwind runway 14.
Number 124 Mike Charlie, runway 14, clear to land.
14, clear to land, 4 Mike Charlie. Sounds like he's cooking dinner back there, chat. Got all pots and pans flying around. See if we can get a good landing in the Comanche. And then, gonna be a quick bathroom break after this landing, chat, before we figure out what we're gonna do next.
And good afternoon, Oakland Center, Bonanza 3682 Bravo at Reno Tahoe International, requesting a VFR departure northeast to Magic Valley Regional.
Magic Valley Regional. Love the name of that.
Number 3682 Bravo, Oakland Center, say equipment type or aircraft type equipment suffix, please.
Stand by, Bonanza 3682 Bravo.
Aircraft calling there, say again.
Alaska 22 Kilo with you, flight level 130.
Second notch flaps.
Alaska 22 Kilo, Oakland Center, climb maintain flight level 350.
350, Alaska 22.
A little high, so let's get the power out and chop it down a bit. It's going to be a short base, turn the final here.
That's fine, let me know when you're back.
Alaska 22 Kilo.
Flaps full. Slightly high, but we can burn off a little bit of airspeed. Or trade off, rather, a little bit of airspeed, I should say. And plenty of runway. Not exactly
And Oakland
smooth
Center,
there.
Bonanza 3682 Bravo, we are both GPS and RNAV capable.
Not the greatest landing. Definitely flies a little.
Alright, you said you're a Bonanza?
A little more different than the
A-firm.
Sierra. Flared way too early and almost stalled it out there at the end, honestly. That was a little that wasn't great, to be honest. Wasn't great.
Number 124 Mike Charlie, exit runway left, contact ground 121.9er.
21.9 for 4 Mike Charlie, thanks for coming in today.
See ya.
It was, seemed pitch sensitive and definitely stalled. Yep, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Santa Rosa ground, good evening. This is Comanche 124 Mike Charlie, clearing the runway, and we're taxiing to the south FBO there, near the tower.
Comanche 124 Mike Charlie, Center Rosa ground, wasn't Santa Rosa, you said the south.
Yeah, the south FBO, the one closer to the tower.
Comanche 124 Mike Charlie, roger. Parking the Alpha 4 Zulu.
Alpha 4 Zulu to parking. 4 Mike Charlie, thank you. I wonder what my landing rate was. It's because there's no way it could have been good. Ah, it says minus 123, but then look at the G. Holy moly, look at the G's. You can tell I definitely stalled it out, because the airplane landing at 0.83 G's means that I pretty much bottomed out the airplane. So that's not great. Try and do better next time I land this thing on the next flight. Good lord. Not ideal. Need to do better next time. Alright, stop, park. Shut it down. Yeah, not a great landing. But yes, you win by default. Either line predicted. Congratulations. But yeah, not a great landing. So we'll have to try again on the next one. Didn't break the airplane though, so you know that's good. All right. You guys get to look at the livery here for a hot minute while I figure out what I'm gonna do next, and then I am gonna take a short break to reset the body. I'm gonna also kind of kill the lights in here and change my close the blinds and everything, kind of shut things down in the apartment. So give me about 3 to 4 minutes, chat. Give me about 3 to 4 minutes. Let me take care of some business off screen, and we will then figure out what we want to do next.
Why don't you let me worry about that? I'll find something good and I'll send it to you. Can you also fill me in about what you were gonna fill me in on? So like I have a general idea on like what I'm dealing with, because you have been here. I don't know what I'm dealing with everyone else around me. I need some additional insights from other people, and you said that you could have issues with mental, like I need the, you were like, oh, that they want.
Not quite yet, chat. I'll be right back in a couple more minutes. All right, let's see. MSO so here's the only thing is that I want to try and find fields that don't have a lot of traffic, snow skier, and both Missoula and Kalispell are doing pretty well on traffic. My goal tonight was to find the fields that maybe don't have as much going on and flying into there. So right now I'm looking at Des Moines to Cedar Rapids as a cross country, because neither one of those fields looks very popular right now. Same with down in Missouri. You got Springfield and Joplin.
Hey, Mike.
Yep.
So, what if we didn't fly like a Cessna?
What did you fly?
KC-46. me and Logan were wondering because he flew a KC-10 and I flew a 7.6.
No, that's not going to count, boys.
It's literally an airplane, which is general aviation. You can't say it's not. I've seen it.
I mean, in that case, it's more military than general aviation.
It's generally an aircraft. That's bullshit.
Language, please, in this Discord.
All right, you can uninvite me to the wedding.
What? Okay. Let's see. Let me go ahead and disconnect from here. We're gonna go main menu. Alright, what do we say? I think I'm doing Des Moines to Cedar Rapids. Is that what we kind of agreed on here? So let's go KDSM. Bump, 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 bump. We're gonna go ahead and switch it to daytime. We're not gonna do nighttime. Let's see. We'll park up over here. Again, we're not going to use live time. We'll back it up. And we'll go to Cedar Rapids. Let me go ahead and get a VFR flight plan filed on the network. Okay. DSM. KCID. We're going to go at 5,500 feet. Let me make sure that that's going to work. Yeah, that's flat land. That's what I figured. So 55 hundo. What did I say? It was KDSM. KCID. Alright. Alright, so that should do that. If we connect again. Should work. $18.3 for Des Moines Tower. Alrighty. Let's get Volanta restarted here. That was loud. Thank you to whoever did that. Appreciate it. My eardrums are now broken. Thanks. Why can I never find this? I don't think that's fine. Who was that did that? C. Carpenter. I'm not surprised. Thanks for coming in today. Appreciate the wake up. As if I wasn't awake enough already. That just assured that I am indeed awake. Holy hell. Clear prop.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
How's it going? Clear. Exit. Alright, that's good. That's good. Oh, I still have all the tie downs on and everything. Whoops. Whoops-a-daisy. Let's probably take all that off. That's probably smart. Nicely done. Good job. Let's get the old compass aligned with DG line with the compass. Looks like right about there. We're going to Cedar Rapids KCID. $89 miles. Alright, so this will be a little bit of a lengthier flight. Alright, and we'll do a quick run up here. Mags were a little bit dirty, so we'll run it way up. Lean the mixture out. Clean them up for a second. Try it now. Nice and clean. Nice and clean. Just like that, we've cleaned up the plugs. It's amazing that I remember how to do that still. Alright, I need to pull up a taxiway diagram for this airport. Take a look at the ATIS. And then we'll mosey on downtown here. I'm on the, looks like I'm at the, I guess this is actually an Air National Guard ramp. Whoops, we'll call it the North GA ramp though and pretend that I'm not an idiot. Am I on the Des Moines Tower frequency? I am, and the ATIS is Charlie. Alright. Des Moines Tower, good evening. This is Comanche, November 124, Mike Charlie. We're at the north ramp. We are ready to taxi VFR to the east. Flight following to Cedar Rapids.
They put a ground stop on all airliner traffic. Little joke.
I did see the joke, yes.
124, Mike Charlie, Des Moines Tower, runway 13, taxi via Delta.
13, taxi via Delta for 124, Mike Charlie.
124 Mike Charlie, information Delta now current, departure frequency 123.9.
123.9, thank you.
Comanche 124 Mike Charlie, squawk 2461.
2461 for Mike Charlie.
And Mike Charlie, Delta 5 available if you need on it.
We'll take it for Mike Charlie.
124 Mike Charlie, running 13 at Delta 5, line up and wait.
13 at Delta 5, line up and wait. Comanche 124 Mike Charlie. Talk about some expedient service. Spoozy Sheep, thanks for coming in today. Yeah, looking good with delivery on the Comanche there, Boozy. I love it.
Comanche 124 Mike Charlie, running 13 at Delta 5, clear for takeoff, runway heading.
Clear for takeoff, runway heading off of 13 Delta 5, Comanche 124 Mike Charlie. Nice, fast service. Steer plane, what the fudge was that? My rudder pedals did me wrong for a second there. Alright, let's pretend we didn't see that, and we're on our way. Positive rate, no more usable runway gears coming up. Enjoy the rest of your flying, Boozy. Thank you for participating in the event. Alright, I'll do 25 squared for the climb.
124 Mike Charlie, contact departure, good night.
Over departure for Comanche 4 Mike Charlie. Thank you for coming in today. I'm not gonna lie, I already forgot what the departure frequency is. Good thing we have VPilot to help us. It's 123.9. Des Moines departure, good evening. Comanche 124 Mike Charlie is runway heading out of Des Moines. VFR flight following to Cedar Rapids. Des Moines departure, Comanche 124 Mike Charlie, climbing 3000 VFR, flight following to Cedar Rapids.
Or 124 Mike Charlie, Des Moines departure, ready contact, proceed on course.
On course for Mike Charlie, thank you.
Come fly with me, let's fly away.
See, Joe Sosa, thank you for the follow. Bone Shooter 87, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I imagine you guys are probably coming from the Boozy Sheep stream. Tell Boozy I said thanks for coming in today. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get the autopilot warmed up here. We're gonna get a heading set, and then we'll worry about the altitude. We're climbing up to 55 hundo on the way to Cedar Rapids. Go ahead and get the heading to hold, and then I'll worry about the airplane climbing now up to 5,500. Another 1,000 feet to go. Yeah, she's climbing. She's doing good. A little bit better climber than the Sierra, that's for sure. I can already tell we're gonna need a ton of down trim. we're gonna hold the altitude right there. See if the plane needs me to use more downstream or not. Don't think I do. We're gonna go 23 squared for the cruise. It does want more downstream, I had a feeling. $23 squared. Boom. And we're gonna lean it out so that Sean doesn't have a coronary. And we're good to go. And now we've got about 28 minutes. It's not bad. Decent little cross country. Over to Cedar Rapids. A little bit of cloud cover, but we should be below those clouds. Doesn't appear to be much of an issue. Everything else on the way is reporting clear anyway, so we should be fine. Clear skies at Cedar Rapids. Again, should be clear skies most of the rest of the way once we get past whatever this little cloud layer is, but I think even these clouds, we should be 500 below, because I'm only seeing few at 6,000 as the lowest report, so we should be perfectly fine where we're at 5,500 feet. Corn country. Yeah, there's not going to be a whole lot to see on this flight, except for the beautiful livery on this plane, because it is beautiful. Otherwise, not much to see. You're right. But we're just giving these guys a little bit of traffic. I think we're going to try and have to hit... We're going to have to hit up, I think, Missouri next, because Joplin and Springfield still look like they could use a little bit of love. Most of the other places are looking pretty well fed. I think Spokane also not too much going on up in Spokane at the moment. But like I said, most everywhere else is looking pretty well off in terms of traffic. I think the event's going pretty well. Take a little wander around VATSPI while we're sitting at cruise here. So Boston, ARTCC, they got Bradley, Nantucket, and Syracuse all look like they got a decent amount of traffic. Our New York boys with Wilkes-Barre, which we did our first flight from Wilkes-Barre to Harrisburg, they're looking pretty staffed and got a little bit of traffic. DC, where are you? looks like they got Wilmington and this one up, and that's about it. They wimped out, I guess. Jacksonville, they got a little bit of TRACON coverage, nothing crazy there. Miami, they got Vero, Naples, and I believe Key West was the other one that they featured. But again, close, not quite, but close. Atlanta, don't know what to say about Atlanta. Indy's doing good for us. Louisville, Bowman, Rickenbacker, Huntington, all getting their traffic fill. Again, we're helping out with Cedar Rapids here. Des Moines, Duluth's got a handful of traffic now in Green Bay. That's good. Cleveland's got Burke. They got a little bit of traffic going their way, along with a couple of the other ones around Detroit. So they seem to be fine there. Missouri, they could use a little help. No Casey Center, but Columbia might be a little far out there. But Springfield to Joplin's a nice quick hit that we could probably get taken care of. DFW is looking fine. Not sure what happened with Houston. Albuquerque's been doing pretty well. I would say that you know, Prescott, Deer Valley, and Falcon Field have all been pretty popular. LA is always popular. We don't need to worry about them. We were able to give that traffic over to the Napa Valley area. We did some touch and goes over at Roberts Field earlier, Redmond, so that's taken care of. Sun Valley, Missoula, and Kalispell have all been pretty popular. I'm not worried about that. Again, not really worried about the Colorado boys over here too. They usually do pretty well without having too much trying because of the scenery. And yeah, that's kind of what it is. And then of course Hawaii's got a little bit of traffic going on as well. Thank you to them for staffing up even. So not bad overall. Almost looks like New York might be the busiest. So good on them. But that's where we're at in terms of you know, who's staffed, who's got traffic. I did see there's an 864 Mike Charlie. I do believe he's a flying club member as well, which is crazy. But as long as it's not 124 Mike Charlie, we're good. So 1, 2, 3. Got a handful of flying club members that have already gotten their flights in and have put themselves for attendance. Plane is looking perfectly fine. Oh, we never did turn our, not that this thing really matters, our ADF on. Not really doing much for us anyway. Yeah, we're looking pretty sharp. Yeah, not too much to see on this one. You can see it's clearing up the closer we get to see the rapids. We kind of anticipated that that was going to be what happened, since it was reporting clear skies all in that direction. So that's good. We should have nice clear skies going into Cedar Rapids. Trying to think what else. STW2020, thanks for coming in today, Stu. The flying has been good so far. We had just gone through it, but I'll go through it again. We started out, we did Wilkes-Barre to Harrisburg. We did some touch and goes over at Robert Field, which is Redmond in Oregon. We did Napa Valley to Santa Rosa, and now we're currently doing Des Moines to Cedar Rapids. And I'm trying to hit up some of the fields that are a little less populated with traffic. I think my next step, if they're still on, is going to be doing Joplin to Springfield, since they don't really have any traffic currently down there either. I know that you and the guys over down on the ground at Louisville Bowman Field have had a decent amount of traffic, so I think I'm going to, you know, no disrespect, but I think I can ignore you guys, because it looks like you guys have had your fair share of traffic compared to some of the other places. I did see, though, that there was a couple of arrivals into Rickenbacker, and there is, I believe, someone flying in right now to, or just flew out of Huntington. So I'm trying to hit up, like, if you look here, you can see that there's no traffic in Joplin, no traffic at Springfield, no traffic at Columbia. I don't know if I'm going to want to go all the way up to Columbia, we'll see, but I think Joplin to Springfield is definitely looking like a viable option for the next leg after we get to Cedar Rapids. Just trying to spread it out as much as I can. I think we'll do that Joplin to Springfield in the Comanche, and then maybe after that we'll whip out the M500. Maybe even do something a little bit longer of a flight in the M500. See what the ground, the lay of the land looks like when that time comes. Like even Jacksonville looks like they got some traffic. Some of the ARTCCs didn't have all of their fields that they said they were going to open up staffed up completely, which is fine. But it still does look like the traffic is spread out pretty well. And Vero Beach Tower might be another option for maybe some touch and goes. Doesn't look like he's got any traffic, but you kind of get what I'm getting at. Just trying to give as much appreciation to the air traffic controllers as possible for, you know, staffing up and being out here for the event.
Number 124, Mike Charlie, leaving minor space to the east. There's service terminated. Frequency change approved. Have a good flight.
Frequency change approved for Mike Charlie. Thanks for coming in today. Guess he can't give me right directly to Cedar Rapids, so I'm going to have to go Unicom here for a moment. I could probably try calling Cedar Rapids in about, try calling Cedar Rapids about 10 miles, I think. See if the airspace stretches out about 40 miles. Looks like they're landing and departing runway 27 at Cedar Rapids. So that should make it easy for a left or right downwind since we're kind of pointed that direction. I can monitor, which I did already switch to, and I did it the cheatsy doodle way, but I'm already listening to Cedar Rapids approach here. But I do see a good spread of registrations flying out and about on the network, looking through VATSIM right now. So I think the event's going well. Still a little too much airline traffic for my liking, but it is still VATSIM after all. It's going to take some time for us to really get everyone to kind of come on to this type of event, because we'll probably do this kind of event at least once a year going forward. Haven't gotten a VFR flight following in New York since the equipment issues. Yeah, that's probably fair, because they have also had they've had a lot of staffing issues. I know that Newark again was running delay programs because of staffing issues today. So I mean, I don't know what they were thinking with moving that TradeCon, but again, I don't get paid to make those decisions. It just doesn't make sense to me. That's all I'm gonna say. About 15-ish minutes. am very happy to see that there has been a nice solid amount of flying club members flying already, and I know there's still a bunch more in the air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 have completed their flying already. I know there's at least a dozen or more in the air still, and I told them to obviously wait until they were done flying until posting. I still got a ways to go. It's 6:25, the event goes till 9. I'm trying to fly all the way through, get as many places as I can in, give as much traffic as I can to these air traffic controllers. So we still got, you know, another 2.5 hours of time to fill with flights. See if I can get a better landing in the Comanche. And like I said, we might switch over to the M500 at some point. Right now, still planning to do Joplin to Springfield as the next, as long as they stay online. Cedar Rapids approach, good evening. This is Comanche 124 Mike Charlie, about 35 miles to your west at 5,500. Like flight following the rest of the way into Cedar Rapids, please.
November 124 Mike Charlie, Cedar Rapids approach, radar contact position as reported. And you can enter a left downwind runway 27, Cedar Rapids altimeter 29092.
Left downwind for runway 27 for Comanche 4 Mike Charlie. Simple as that. Let me go look at the traffic pattern altitude for Cedar Rapids. That'd probably be good. The Eastern Iowa Airport. Don't see any TPA in their marks, so we're just going to add 900, 1900. 1900 is going to be our traffic pattern altitude. Easy enough. Looks like Vero Beach Tower went offline, so that takes that out of play. Again, I'm hoping the guys in Missouri stay on because I will hit them up next if they're still on by the time I get to Cedar Rapids. And they got plenty of traffic down in Texas, so not worried about them. Arizona's doing good. California is doing perfectly fine. I'm not really surprised by that too much. Spokane is another option down the road. Everything else seems to be all right. Boston and New York, of course, are doing perfectly fine as well. I was never worried about them. DC is completely staffless. That's it is what it is. But overall, I think the event's going well. I think it's going to be tough to get happy responses from a lot of the ATC because it is such a spread out thing. I'm almost starting to think that maybe next time we'll do more of a smaller region for the general aviation appreciation. So instead of it being the whole of VATUSA, maybe one time we'll do like East Coast or Northeast, Midwest, West Coast, maybe. I don't know. I'll talk with Serge, who is the founder of the Pilot Club, and see what he thinks. But as a whole, I think we're doing pretty good with kind of the way that it's built just for this evening. Looking out the window of the tower, I can confirm it is pitch black outside. Second plane I have, and so far the rest of Z already got off. Yeah, so I know, and like I said, I'm doing my best to try and hit up some of the fields that have been lesser appreciated. That was always my goal for the event. I do appreciate you being staffed up, and I do have my sim time set to daytime instead of nighttime, so that's why it is definitely not pitch black on my stream. But I do appreciate you being staffed up and everyone else that's doing ATC for the event. I really do appreciate it. Dcash videos. And this event, although like I said, we appreciate all the staffing that we are getting for the event, but it was always going to be more geared towards the pilots and the general aviation pilots, and just having all the options for them. And you know, we've had a good amount. I can see a good amount of November registrations on the network. There's definitely some hot spots more than others, like the Northeast, New York, Boston, LA, and West Coast always too. But I think overall it's going pretty well for what it is. And it's a unique event. It's the first time, really, I think that VATSIM's really done a general aviation specific event like this. So it was never going to be a home run right from the jump, since it is unique and different than something that's really ever been done. But it has, I think, done, reasonably well. And we should probably start descending to get to our traffic pattern altitude here. Just do a nice 500 foot per minute descent down, nothing crazy. Take a little power out. Again, I don't exactly know what my expectations were. Dcash videos, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you doing that. I think my expectations were just to see a good handful of general aviation spread out, and I think that's what we have. I think we see a good handful of general aviation. I think I can see the airport out there, actually, the lead-in lanes. A good, nice spread of general aviation across the board. Some places a little bit hotter than others, of course. That's just kind of the way that it is. I would have maybe liked to have seen a little bit more even than we have. I know that the Flying Club is putting out pretty well. We should have at least 25, 30 guys from the Flying Club that'll be flying at least part of the way in the event. I know TPC had a bunch of guys that were doing, I think they were kind of kept themselves specific to routes down in Texas. But overall, I think it's gone fairly well for, the uniqueness of, what it is. Because, like I said, first time really that there's been an event like this specifically geared towards general aviation at this scale on the VATSIM network. And I think it's something that needs to happen more often. Whether it's on the larger scale or the smaller scale, it's something that needs to be appreciated more often. And it's part of the reason why the VATUSA Flying Club exists.
Cedar Rapids approach, good evening, FedEx 3328 Heavy, passing 13,400 for 8,000.
FedEx 3328, Cedar Rapids approach, ident.
Ident, 3328.
feet is what I said for traffic pattern.
FedEx 3328 radar contact for 3 miles to the southeast of the Cedar Rapids Airport. Send to maintain 10,000, Cedar Rapids altimeter 29902.
Send at 10,000, 29902, altimeter FedEx 3328.
Living right on that edge of the yellow line there. Living on the edge. And you got the runway in sight, one our left downwind, runway 27. do a full stop. We'll take a look at our guys down in Missouri, see if they're still on, and if they are, we'll give them do a hop from Joplin to Springfield, and then we'll after that, I might have to take a little bit of a break after that, just to kind of reset my body, reset my mind, and then we'll figure out what we want to do next thereafter. But that's the short-term plan. See how it goes. Again, anybody watching the stream that maybe hasn't gotten a flight in yet, there is still plenty of time. There's still about 2 hours and 20 minutes left on the event. Officially, it goes till 9 Eastern. This is a good learning event for future events. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's the first time we're doing an event like this at this scale. I think it's the first time ever that there's been a general aviation event at this scale on the VATSIM network. So there's definitely ways that we can improve it, but it's also good that we're getting more people involved with general aviation on the VATSIM network, and that's the big thing. That's really what's going to help to add to that realism across the board, which is something, with, having the real world CTAFs now in VATUSA, and that's starting to expand and everything like that. That's what we're trying to do, is continually enhance the realism of the VATSIM network. Is it going to be perfect? No, it never is, because there's always, it's still VATSIM at the end of the day. But that's what this event and a lot of the other things that have been worked towards recently when it comes to the VATSIM network are really trying to strive for, really trying
FedEx 3328 Heavy, staff out discretion, maintain 4,000, expect visual approach runway 27.
At pilot's discretion, descend to 4,000, expect a visual for 27, FedEx 3328.
Not going to be quite a 45 degree. We're going to be more of like a
4
20
Mike
degree.
Charlie, winds 220 at tree, runway 27, clear to land.
27 clear to land, Command Chief 4 Mike Charlie. Alright, so we are cleared to land on runway 27, just like that. We'll get into the downwind here. We'll get configured and try and have a better landing this time. Try to remember that it was very pitch sensitive and not to flare too high like we did the first, because I had not flown the Comanche in a while, and this thing is a lot more pitch sensitive than the Sierra is. So let's see if we can do a better job this time. Kind of almost in the downwind already. This isn't exactly the best 45 entry that I've ever done, but that's alright, as long as we make it work in the end. We'll just call this a nice extended downwind. How about that? Didn't really angle this the way I would have liked, but... Get the gear down. First notch flaps in the downwind. Beautiful livery. But Mango 4519, I'm glad that you see this event as a good learning experience for future events. I think that you saying that makes me feel a lot better about the event as a whole. So thank you. It's a pretty long runway here at Cedar Rapids. I feel like this FedEx is going to be all caught up to me by the time I even get to the final. Should probably move my butt a little bit. keep it nice and tight for him since he's gonna have that jet coming in pretty soon here. Try to have a better landing this time. Yeah, we'll keep it nice and tight. Nice and tight. Overshot a little bit.
FedEx 3328 Heavy, proceed direct to the Cedar Rapids Airport.
Direct to Cedar Rapids, FedEx 3328 Heavy.
I think I got a better control of it this time. I think I'm still a little high in the flare though. Definitely better though. Oh yeah, much better. Mucho better. David from ZME, thank you. We always do a fake Thanksgiving dinner before the... Oh, I bet it does. I bet it does, Smitty. I'm very jealous of you right now. Should probably stop lollygagging on the runway here.
November 4, Mike Charlie, see parking.
Oh, we'll just go to the general aviation ramp here off our left front.
November 4, Mike Charlie, straight ahead to the ramp. Have a good one.
Alpha 6 to the ramp for Mike Charlie. Thanks for coming in today. Appreciate it. Just park right over here somewhere. I'm not worried about the lines. Alright, we'll ground the ignition. And another one bites the dust. That landing had to have been much better. Let's see. Oh yeah. Worlds better. Much, much better than the first one. So now that we got a feel for Comanche, we'll do at least one more leg. Yeah, thanks for being on. I appreciate it. Let's see, chat. We are now going to go. Is those guys in Missouri still on? They sure are on. Joplin's got some traffic now. Springfield to Joplin. That's good. So maybe we'll do... well, Columbia Regional's a little bit further away. Let's see. KCOU to KSGF. How long of a flight is that? It's 109 miles. A little longer than I want to do in the Comanche. So that might be more of an M500 flight. Well, I think we would probably do it also... yeah, Joplin. Let's see. We'd do it to Joplin. So let's do, instead of Springfield, since he's got traffic now, Joplin JLN. That would definitely be more of an M500 flight. Which we could still fly the M500 VFR. Nothing against that. So I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to switch out airplanes. I think we're going to go do the M500 VFR from Columbia Regional, which is KCOU, to Joplin, which is KJLN. And now it's only going to be the towers. We're not going to have any flight following, but that's fine. Could use a little break from the radios, other than, you know, approach landing. But I think that's going to be the play. So we'll switch out airplanes again here. We'll go M500. Do that every time. I do love the This livery is baller for the M500 that my buddy Zach made me. Can never go wrong with the livery on this one. So Columbia Regional. We are going to switch it to daytime again. Come on, game. Why are you being like this? And we'll switch it to daytime live weather. Alright. Do that, and 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 that. M500 is going to be a little bit more involved. But that should be alright. So we got to do a flight plan now with the M500. So let's do P46T. Gonna go from KCOU to KJLN, which is Joplin, right? That's KJLN. It is JLN. I was right. All right, we're gonna go west. So even we'll go 10-5. Since we got some pretty good climb in the M500. This thing can do about $180 VFR and file. So connect P46T Piper Malibu Meridian. Let me get this thing. Give her this, this, and this. This is good. Okay. Everything on this thing is fine. I'm not worried about that. Alright, so let's go ahead and 6. They don't have an ATIS up here. That's fine. We can just kind of interpolate that with the wind being, we're not going to be able to interpolate anything. Wind 1503 is essentially calm. I guess we could probably expect runway 2013 though. Alright, alright. My brain just stopped functioning for a second, chat, so let me try and see if I can remember what I want to do here. I want to make sure that all this stuff is off. That should be good. This comes on to check. Let's see if I can do this from memory without having to use the checklist. Just flew this the other day, so I feel like I should be able to navigate. Battery.
Columbia Ground, good afternoon. Spirit Wings 1244 A320 Neo is at the ramp.
So manual.
To KMSN.
Spirit Wings 1244, clear to the Madison Airport via radar vectors Burlington VOR, then a south climb and maintain 5,000, expect flight level 310. Departures offline, squawk 2551.
Squawk 2551, Spirit Wings 1240.
Hawkmania, thanks for coming in today. You have arrived just in time to watch me fly the M500.
Spirit Wings 1244, if it didn't say visual protection.
Cathay 811, Boston Center, hello. Meow, climb and maintain, follow 3, meow 0.
Just advise and ready for taxi.
It always makes me laugh that
He's so confused now.
That clip of Jamsheet exists as a blurb. Thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate you very much for that. That always makes me laugh. wanna push, go, on, low. That's always a good setting right there.
Stop, 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 stop.
Do a quick run up. We're gonna climb up to 10.5, like I said, 10.5. All right, and we're going directly to Joplin. So, okay. J, L,
Spirit Wing
and an
1244, ready
N.
for pushing.
Short wings 1244, you said you arrived taxi.
Ready for pushing, sorry, intent.
Alright, let's do that on manual, manual.
Short wings 1244, push to 0 discretion, call for taxi.
And I think we're pretty much good and proper now. Let's go ahead and call for taxi. Columbia Tower, good evening. This is Meridian 124 Mike Charlie. We're ready to taxi VFR to the south.
Number 124 Mike Charlie, Columbia ground, stand by.
Oh, this livery is so nice. A lot of nice liveries that our good buddy Zach has made for us.
November 124 Mike Charlie,
Decided to fly right
runway
over,
20 taxi via Alpha, hold
LAX.
short,
Looks like
runway
I'm not the
13.
only guy in a
20
in
via
a
Alpha,
GA
hold short
with
of
the same
13
idea.
for Meridian 124 Mike Charlie. It's what we thought it was going to be. It's runway 20. So I'll make a left turn here and hold short of the crossing runway. Get it, and you can hear that little bit of beta noise. We love the beta.
Number 124 Mike Charlie, contact Columbia Tower 119.3.
19.3 for Mike Charlie. Thanks for coming in today. And Columbia Tower, good evening. This is Meridian 124 Mike Charlie, short of runway 16, ready for departure, VFR to the south.
Meridian 124 Mike Charlie, Columbia Tower, good evening. Do you have the scenery ahead of you across runway 33 to runway 20?
Probably not. I think we have to join runway 13 to get onto runway 20.
Yeah, Cheyenne 124 Mike Charlie, runway 20, clear for takeoff, and you're cleared to taxi on 13.
Taxi on 13, runway 20, clear for takeoff, Meridian 124 Mike Charlie, thanks. I'll have to look for that scenery now, thank you.
Yeah, no problem, everybody's been having the same issue tonight.
We got a scenery to look for, chat. Oh, I never did my Volanta update. Whoops. Do that real quick. See if I can get away with this. Real quick, real quick. Hallelujah. Doing two things at once while trying to take off is never smart, chat. Do not try this at home. Alright, we're just in time. Oh. I know, I didn't set my rudder trim. I'm sorry, plane. There you go. Reha. All is well that ends well. We're not dead. We are going to do a flight level change climb at 140 knots. And we're going to proceed on course.
Pretty 124 Mike Charlie, frequency change approved. You have a good flight.
Frequency change approved for Mike Charlie. Thanks for coming in today. Goodbye, Columbia. We're on our way to Joplin, Missouri. We're going to go VFR at 10,500 feet. And this is going to be, I think, a little bit of a lengthier flight. Probably about a little less than an hour is my guess that it's going to take us to get there. So once we get up to speed, yeah, it shows an hour and 3 right now. Once we get up to speed, it'll be a little less than that, but... So a little bit longer to kind of sit back and relax here on this one. Oh, I'm not going to be able to stay VFR at 10,500 feet, am I? Interesting. Everything looked fine, maybe not. It's clear in Joplin. There is weather around it. I can see right through to the sun, so we're going to pretend that these clouds aren't here, chat. We're going to do the old what cloud method here. Especially without ATC on. If there was ATC on, I actually probably, I guess, would pick up a pop-up IFR, but since there is no ATC on, we're just going to punch through the sea, look at this tiny little layer, pretend it doesn't exist. I'm just waiting for another DED from Snowskier. Yep, there it is. I freaking called it. Called it.
Columbia Tower, good afternoon. Spirit wings 1244. Holding.
Guess we don't have to listen to Columbia Tower anymore.
Okay.
Oh. Now we're dead. What's the temperature? Should I have icing on? Ah, it's 8 degrees. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. And look, we're VFR. I don't know what you guys are talking about. We've been VFR the whole time. Whole time, chat. Gonna go pay Mr. Melvin Leroy a visit. Good to see you, Mike. Smitty, it's good to see you too. Tell Mr. Leroy I said hello, Smitty. I hope he's flying is going well. I know he's been doing a lot of flying up in Montana this evening. Hopefully he's doing well with his flights. Tell him I said hello and tell him I said thanks for coming in today. Getting pretty close here to our altitude, below 1,000 feet a minute the rest of the way. Pick up that speed. Pay attention to our trim also, the rudder trim once we get up there. So, I believe, chat, that this is probably actually going to be the last flight that I do on stream. I'm probably going to still do some more flying off the stream, because there's still another 2 hours left to the event. But this is going to be the last flight that I do on stream, and then I'm going to hand you guys off to someone else that's still potentially doing flights for the event. That's going to be the plan. I'm running out a little bit of gas with wanting to talk to chat constantly. No offense to you guys, I'm just a little bit gassed. But so this will be the last flight, and then I'll probably still, like I said, continue on with the event off stream, but then I'll hand you guys off to someone. You know, Brant's still flying, then I'll hand you guys off to him, or we'll find someone else that's doing some flying in the event to hand you guys off to. Didn't sleep a whole lot last night after being at my buddy's house and driving back from it. What the hell just happened, airplane? Was that must have been a simism, right? That had to have been a little bit of sim lag. Alright, that scared me for a second. 41 minutes. See, we still got plenty of time that you guys have to listen to me talk. Because by the time I get to Joplin, there's only going to be about an hour left in the event anyway. So I'll hand you guys off at that point to someone else. And probably do one more leg on my own time without doing the stream. But in the meantime, you're still stuck with me for another 41 minutes, roughly. Give you guys a nice wing view for a little while. Actually, let me make sure my speed is leveling off. It is, okay. I'll give you guys a nice wing view for a little while here. Ugh. And since we started the stream, MedFSim, Brody Tidings, Cudjack, thank you guys for the follows. Homie B Fries, thank you for the subs. C Carpenter, 100 bits. Boozy Sheep gave us a shout out. Well, he's streaming too. That might be another option to potentially go over to later. There's Boozy Sheep. Joe Sosa, Bone Shooter 87, Dcash videos, thank you for the follows. And Hawk, thank you for the 100 bits as well, playing the sounds. I appreciate you guys. And son of a gun, we've lost our ATC at Joplin. They've switched. There's only a ground controller on now. We've lost the tower there, so that's a little bit of a bummer. And it kind of makes me want to change. I mean, anywhere else is going to be too far away, though. So that's a little bit of a letdown. This might be a situation where I might actually that is a bummer. They just signed off. So I might abort this flight. Literally, they just literally got off. No more than a minute ago. Son of a gun. Well, I might have to abort this flight. That's a bummer. Looks like most everywhere else that's staffed up has still got pretty good traffic, though, which is good. So Nose down. Dead. Now, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna abort mission. So we're gonna abort mission. And tell you what, I think I'm gonna call it good on the stream as well, guys. I'm a little bit, like I said, I was getting a little gassed here. So what we're gonna do, let me look and see if Brant is gonna be doing another leg or not. Let's see.
I cannot wait to fly with you again. Enjoy the
Oh no. Ironic that he's about to raid me. I just went into his channel and I see he's about to raid me, so guess I'm not going to be done with the stream just yet. Guess we're going to try and pull off one more miracle.
Traffic.
Thank you, Brant, for the raid of 25. There's some irony in the fact that I was literally just about to raid you, but since you are raiding me instead, I just had to abort my last flight because I lost all of my ATC. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recalibrate here. I think I'm going to go and, let's see, what do we got here? Let me take a look. Maybe I'll do,
Come fly with me.
Pure Luck, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Downwind Sim, thanks for coming in today. Them's my shoes. Kenny Monster. You know what? We're going to do... Let's see, just for kicks here. Let's whip out the old 152 since we just aborted this mission, and we're gonna whip out the old 152 and we're gonna go crazy. No, let's see, we're gonna go very indecisive because there's still a lot of options out there to choose from. Do some pattern work. I'm still looking off screen chat. You guys can see what I'm perusing through here if you want. Let's go give some pattern work to Huntington. Give me 1 second, chat. Let's do some pattern work in the 152 at Huntington. How about that? And then we'll call it good. So I'm going to go back to the M500 off stream. I believe it's just, there we go, yeah, KHTS. What's up? Yeah, I can do all that. Yep. Again, thank you for the raid, Brant. It's funny because I was just about to raid you, but since you have done a raid, might as well give the people a show here before I call it good. And we're just going to go and do some patterns at KHTS, do a couple laps in the pattern, and then I'll call my stream good. We'll, like I said, whip out the old 152 just for kicks here. Looks like landing, departing runway 12. Alrighty. HTS. Tri-State. What is the name of this tower? Is it Tri-State Tower? No, it's Huntington Tower. Okay. Very good, very good. Do a couple laps in the pattern for you guys. Huntington Tower, good evening. This is Cessna 124 Mike Charlie. We'd like taxi to remain in the pattern. We have information echo.
124 Mike Charlie, Huntington Tower. Runway 12, taxi via Alpha. Can you take an Alpha intersection departure?
12 via Alpha, and yeah, we can take the intersection for Cessna 124 Mike Charlie.
124 Mike Charlie, taxi runway 12 at Alpha.
12 at Alpha, 4 Mike Charlie. Alright, couple laps in the pattern chat, and then we'll find someone to raid. Can't leave the Melvin Leroy Raiders empty-handed, even though it is so funny, Brent, that I was literally about to raid you before you raided me. That's crazy. But I guess you beat me to it. I literally just turned on your channel, and you're already in the process of, so you win this round, buddy. Thank you for flying in the event. I appreciate. I know you spent a lot of time up in Montana. I think Kalispell, Missoula, and Sun Valley. I guess that's Idaho, technically Sun Valley, but it looks like you're having fun up in the mountains, as you typically do. You're definitely bush through and through. And we're ready to go for Cessna 4 Mike Charlie.
Cessna 4 Mike Charlie, winds calm, runway 12 at Alpha, cleared for takeoff.
12 at Alpha, cleared for takeoff. You want left or right traffic?
And 4 Mike Charlie, right traffic, runway 12, report midfield downwind each time.
Right traffic for runway 12, you got it. 4 Mike Charlie. Right traffic. Alright. This is the Bay Porter bus livery, by the way. When I'm not on a takeoff roll, we'll look closer at the livery. About 1,800 feet for the traffic pattern altitude, it looks like.
November 124 Mike Charlie, runway 12, cleared for the option.
12, clear for the option, 4 Mike Charlie. So thanks for coming in today, everybody that came in from Melvin Leroy's stream. I hope you enjoyed his stream. I know he's probably doing a lot more scenic flying than I am right now, since he was up in the mountains most of the night. But Again, you've been watching him, and now you're watching me. This is the General Aviation Appreciation Day on VATUSA, VATSIM. I think it's gone pretty well so far. I was maybe expecting a little bit more in terms of general aviation traffic across the board, but I think overall it's been okay. I think it is difficult with it being such a widely spread event. Maybe next time we'll try and give it like a certain region. But it is the first time we're doing this kind of unique event. I think it's the first time ever that's really been an event like this in terms of general aviation on the VATSIM network. So, you know, we'll learn from it. We'll find ways to improve it. And we'll continue to spread the love of general aviation on the VATSIM network. That's what we do at the VATUSA Flying Club. And we also want to thank the Pilot Club as well, TPC, for collaborating with us in VATUSA on this event as well. I know they had a pretty big showing down in Texas earlier tonight. And yeah, I think it's been good. Appreciate all the ATC that we've gotten across the board. I know I've spoken to plenty of air traffic controllers. They've all done a real fabulous job, and appreciate everyone that signed on a control for this event. I know it wasn't exactly probably super busy at any particular airport, you know, not like true event level traffic since it's so widespread, but just having them staff up and giving their support to the event, supporting general aviation means a lot, and we look forward to plenty more general aviation style events here at the VATUSA Flying Club all across VATUSA, and even our next event's a little bit international, as Mr. Leroy is going to be, that was a nice landing by the way, chat. Mr. Leroy is going to be hosting an event down in Mexico here in, what, just about 5 days time, 4 or 5 days time, maybe 4 days, 17, 21, 4 days time for the Flying Club, so even got a little international spin coming after the big VATUSA event today. It is quite easy to land this 152. There's that middle marker again. Son of a gun. Cessna 4 Mike Charlie, right downwind.
Traffic.
Cessna 4 Mike Charlie, winds calm, runway 12 cleared for the option.
12 clear for the option, 4 Mike Charlie. Eric Flight, thank you for the raid. Good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you stopping by. I'm just going to do a couple more laps in the pattern here, and then I'm going to be calling it good myself. At least for the stream. I might still do one more flight off stream, but I'm kind of gassed with the stream. Actually, I was about to raid Brant, but then Brant raided me, so then I decided, alright, I gotta do something to entertain the folks. So I'm giving a few laps in the pattern here at Huntington before I called up my stream good. Thought that was very funny. A little bit of a shorter approach this time. Get power out. Yeah, I don't know that I would be able to do that, Kitty Monster. I would probably, if not that I would ever do Cross the Pond, because that's not my event. I'm pretty well known in this stream that I am not a big fan of Cross the Pond. But I would break it up like Slant Alpha does, where he like kind of does like departure in like the first like hour, and then when he's just in the middle of the ocean, there's not much going on, he kind of just turns the stream off, and then he turns it back on when he's close to landing. So if I was ever to do Cross the Pond, which I doubt would ever happen, it would probably be similar to what Slant Alpha does.
Is it 'cause it's so long?
Yep. There's no way I could sit here and talk for 10, 12 hours, Kitty Monster. Either that or I would just leave the stream running, but it would literally just, I would hide my webcam, I would turn my microphone off, and I would just, you guys would just be nothing but watching an airplane for long periods of time. Which I know some people do, that method as well. And 4 Mike Charlie is right now, and this will be a full stop.
4 Mike Charlie, winds calm, runway 12, cleared for landing.
12, clear to land. Cessna 4 Mike Charlie. Did a flight, gonna get kids ready for bed before hockey. Good fixins, thanks for coming in today. Thanks for participating. Glad you had time to squeeze one in. Sorry, chat. I wasn't able to go and mute the microphone for that sneeze since I'm turning final. And also, sneezing while flying, especially at a critical phase like this, is the absolute freaking worst thing in the world. Not even close, baby.
Oh, did you hear that? Oh.
And for Mike Charlie, exit left when able, taxi to the ramp via Alpha.
Taxi to the ramp via Alpha for Mike Charlie. Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for stopping by.
Alright, chat, we're going to go park up. I want to show off this livery again because I absolutely love this livery that was made for the 5-year anniversary of the VATUSA Flying Club, done by our own Zach B. I'm going to talk a little bit about this event and about the VATUSA Flying Club, and then I'm going to wrap up the stream. I'm going to have one more flight on my own time off the stream, but I'm a little burnt out, at least on the streaming end of it. I'll hand you guys off to someone who is still chugging along. I think November 8033 Fox is still chugging along, so we'll probably be able to go talk to him, give him a read, and then yeah, it's been fun. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and pause the parking brake. Again, just look at this beautiful livery that he made for us. Absolutely awesome. Look at the plane shake while you turn the engine off. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Alright. There she is. So it's been fun. Again, this was all for the VATUSA General Aviation Appreciation Day. This was a combination between the VATUSA Flying Club, which is the club that I run. If you're a VATSIM member and you enjoy doing general aviation flying like you've seen all night, please join the VATUSA Flying Club. Always looking for more members to join us. The Pilot Club was also involved in helping to put this together, and of course VATUSA. So we appreciate everyone that participated, both on the flying side, and of course thank you so much for all the air traffic controllers that we spoke to tonight. Even the ones we didn't speak to, thank you for participating in this event. I think it was a special event, unique event. I think it's the first time there's ever been a general aviation specific event of this scale on the VATSIM network, and it's something that needs to happen more often. It's something that we're going to do more often. So let's plan on this being something that we do once or twice a year. We might try and change the scale a little bit, maybe do like only half of the country one time and half the country the other time, kind of shorten the scale a little bit. Discuss it with Serge on the other side, and we'll see what happens. But for now, that's going to wrap it up for me. You guys can enjoy this livery for just a little bit longer while I figure out who I am for reals going to raid. Let me open up another window here, see who's still chugging. I think November 8033 Fox is still chugging along. Let's take a look. He is indeed. So we are going to go over to November 8033 Fox. You guys are going to say hello to him. He's in his home-built cockpit. Always a pleasure to watch him stream. I will see you guys next time. I don't know when next time is going to be, but you'll find out when I go live. How about that? 8033 Foxtrot. Here we go. Raid started. Again, thank you guys for all the support. I really do appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.